Peace, family. I hope y'all can hear me. Kind of loud out here. But yeah, I know I made a post about this not too long ago, but I felt like it deserved a video. Need more people to know this. As many people as possible to hear this. Plus, I've been wanting to do the video outside. We're gonna get back to doing that. And also, I forgot to mention that we're gonna start doing body cam reactions. You know, I know y'all know that one of the things that I advocate that we study is the law, for sure. And I notice a lot of people still are very ignorant of the law. So I want to talk about that more on the channel. Starting with this. Fuck. AC came on. I hope it's not too loud. I don't want to move because I got this good sunlight right now. But yeah. So the post was about making small talk with the police, right? And basically what I was trying to say is there's no such thing as making small talk with the police. Police very savvy, right? Very tricky. They are allowed to be deceptive in their job, right? While doing their job. Whatever it takes to get the bad guy. And one of those things they do is pretend like they're just having a conversation with you, right? Just asking questions, just curious, just wanted to know. But that's bullshit. They don't do that. Anytime the police make contact with you, if they're on duty, they are gathering information. They're fishing, right? What are they fishing for? They're fishing for a reason to arrest you. They're fishing for probable cause. That's all they're looking for. And they know that the more they get you talking, the more you talk, the more likely you are to incriminate yourself. They're looking for something to charge you with. They're looking for a reason to search your vehicle. They're looking for the smell of alcohol or drugs. They keep you talking so they can say, I smell alcohol on your breath. It's all about probable cause. I really need people to understand that. I see people get banged up too much because they just talk too much. Your response to any question should be simply, I don't answer questions. Now the problem with that is police tend to take anything besides 100% compliance as aggression or hostility, right? I've seen them try to make completely calm people hostile because they weren't doing exactly what they wanted them to do. It's problematic to them when you don't answer questions. But that's because they're used to people incriminating themselves. They prey on the ignorance of the public. They know people don't know the law. So they use that to do their job. It's just a fact. I don't know if they would deny this or not. But it's very obvious if you watch how they do their job. So you got to be aware when they approach you to maintain your rights, not to waive your rights. And so the trick is to try to do it in the most polite manner possible. You got to find a way to be as nice as possible while maintaining your rights. You say, I understand that you're doing your job, but I do not answer questions. You got to be as polite as you can. They'll definitely get on the radio and say you're being uncooperative. They have to understand that exercising your rights is not being uncooperative. And it only feels that way to them because most people don't exercise their rights. So that was my main message to the post. The more people do this, the less it will feel strange and suspicious to them and disrespectful. And I read in a Reddit thread, some police officers say that if people did that, responded that way, they would just politely give them their ticket or whatever and let them go on about their way. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they were saying they would do. They wouldn't have any problem with people responding like that. And it's hard to say if they would, for real, because you rarely see it happen. The only time I see people respond like that is if they're some sovereign citizens or doing an audit, First Amendment auditors. And those are usually inherently hostile situations. The police just don't like them already. So they just treat them with a certain level of hostility, approach them with hostility. So you can't really go by those situations. So I really haven't seen enough examples to see how. I haven't tried it out. I don't know exactly how it would go. I know that that's the best way to keep yourself out of trouble. It's the best way to not incriminate yourself. And if they're just dead set on arresting you anyway, they're going to find a reason whether you answer questions or not. So you'd be better off not waiving your rights. And just a side note, while I'm talking about that, a lot of people are misinformed about Miranda rights. People think that as soon as they put handcuffs on you or tell you you're under arrest, they're supposed to read you your rights. No, this is not how it works. It's not TV. They only are supposed to read you your Miranda rights after you've been put in custody and they intend to question you about the investigation. And those questions that they ask you could incriminate you. So you have a right to remain silent in that situation. The problem is, here's where the deceit comes in, right? Before they ever put you in custody, they've been asking you questions the whole time. And those questions could incriminate you. See, but they're going to say, these questions are not applicable. They can't use that against you in court because you hadn't been Mirandized yet. True. But those questions can be used to arrest you. Those are the questions that are used to get probable cause to place charges on you to put you in custody before the Mirandizing happens. Right? So you got to know your shit. You don't answer questions off the rip because those questions can also be used against you. Not in the court of law, right there on the spot, on the scene. This is what they don't and won't tell you. It wouldn't benefit them to tell you that, right? Now, these things that I'm saying make their job harder, I guess. People make their job very easy by being ignorant of the law and willingly incriminating themselves. And I think they like it that way. But it's my job as a citizen to inform other citizens. Keep your motherfucking mouth closed. Shut the fuck up. People talk themselves into handcuffs every fucking day. Running your mouth. They don't need to know where you coming from, where you going, where you live, who your friends are. No. They don't need nothing, none of this information, except to build a case against you. Get probable cause to do something to you. I don't answer questions, respectfully. Thank you for your service. I know you're doing your job. Whatever the fuck you gotta tell them to stroke their ego. I mean, that's where we at with it. But they don't take it some type of way. But maintain your rights. Stop putting yourself in jeopardy. Stop agreeing to be violated. You're agreeing to it. And when you engage. Politely, sir, I'd rather not engage. I'd like to go on about my day and not prolong this stop. That's okay with you, sir. Do what you gotta do. But don't incriminate yourself. And fuck yourself over. So that's my PSA for today. I hope it gets to who it needs to get to. We'll definitely be back with more topics on the law, reactions, like I said. Until next time, be healthy. Peace.